reason why the shock was so great, why when one heard the news last night one felt suddenly so empty, was because it was the most unexpected piece of news one could possibly imagine. It was the least likely thing to happen in the whole world.
That was the week that was. Welcome to Uncharted Vinyl. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. This album stood out to me immediately when I was thrifting with my wife recently in San Luis Obispo. The first thing I noticed, of course, was that black and white image of John F. Kennedy right on the cover. I'm a journalist, so next thing I noticed was that it was an album from the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. The album is a copy of a broadcast that aired on November 23rd, 1963. That was one day after John F. Kennedy was assassinated.
Whenever we thought about the world, we had that warm image at the back of our minds of a man who would keep everything on the rails. Now suddenly that present has been taken away from us when we thought we had still 5 more years before we need to start worrying again.
That broadcast comes from a BBC show that was called That Was the Week That Was.
That was the week that was. It's over, let it go.
It's honestly a great name. It was hosted by the great David Frost, but when I got the album, what I didn't realize is that show was entirely satire. They would touch on current events, and they would touch on pop culture, and they would touch on politics. Think of it like an early version of Weekend Update from SNL. So I brought it home. I finally listened to it. The album is completely sincere. There's no satire at all. If you ever watch Weekend Update on SNL, sometimes they have to pivot because of breaking news. Well, That Was the Week That Was had to also pivot in a huge way to pay tribute to an American president revered around the world.
Yesterday, the sun was shot out of your sky, Jackie. Why, Jackie? A man who was able and hopeful and gay was called abruptly from this world's day. His journey done, his song half sung. Why, Jackie? Why?
People were so touched by this particular episode that the BBC actually released it on vinyl just weeks after that broadcast first aired. And this is just one of many reasons why That Was the Week That Was truly such a groundbreaking show. They were one of the first TV shows ever to break the fourth wall. They weren't afraid to let the audience in on what was happening behind the scenes. Now, the British version was sadly eventually canceled, and David Frost would actually go on to host an American version of this show. That version aired on NBC. That Was the Week That Was on BBC lasted just 2 seasons, 37 episodes. But one of those episodes will forever be a cut above the rest. Thanks for watching Uncharted Vinyl. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes, the heart of the world weighs heavy with the helplessness of tears.